governmental thing, that will be very bad.
Well, doctor, when I say they want our children, I'm sure you heard the Chinese delegation called for a global one-child policy, and so have newspapers all over the West.
Okay. Yes, in some way.
Yeah, very, very, very disgusting. Well, thank you so much, doctor. It was great having you on with us.
Thank you, and all the people listening, please go on thinking. Use your head and your heart, and then you will understand what is correct and what is not correct.
Well, I don't know how anyone couldn't just listen to Al Gore and know that guy's a liar. I mean, if I saw that guy walking towards me in an alley, I'd run. If I saw Al Gore at a used car lot and I was trying to buy a car, I would just like, I mean, he is quite a creature. Thank you so much, sir.
Yep.
All right, there he goes, ladies and gentlemen. Character in his own right. Terry, you're on the air. Do you believe it's a conspiracy theory that polar bears can swim?
Yeah, it is, because I know they can swim.
You're definitely with Al-Qaeda then. Go ahead.
Well, I'm the pastor anyway that talked to you before. I just got to share some things.
You got us the secret FEMA documents 2 years before it was mainstream news that they've recruited most of the preachers secretly to train their flocks to hand in their guns. Go ahead.
Well, while you're on that, I'd like to make a statement to that. Any pastor or reverend or whatever name he wants to go by that leads his people, leads his flock into obeying the government, into concentration camps or going into groups, that pastor is going to he's murdering his people, and he will be held accountable for that when he stands before God. The other thing I wanted to tell you, we have been, the whole church, we've gotten together, we've sent letters out to our congressmen, Sherrod Brown, Jack Space, Voinovich, all of them. And none of them will listen to anything we say.
No, all they do is hire more SWAT teams. You tell them I mean, listen, you ought to read this RAND Corporation document. They are openly federalizing all police. They're going to have federal Army-run hit teams. Army police are going to rule America, and it says highly paramilitary, seek and destroy missions against the American people.
I already read it, and it's coming out of the Pentagon. The Pentagon is going to be in charge of all that. I have read different ones on that. And, you know, one of the things I wanted to tell you, Alex, you are getting out. Just this past Friday, I was at the post office, had to mail some things, and there was, my gosh, the place had a long line in there. It was the main post office, people mailing Christmas packages. There was a fella there, we got to talking, a young fella, got to talking about the economy, and I said, hey, look, man, I said, fella, I said, haven't you been listening? There's going to end up being a rebellion. The economy's going to fall down through the bottom. And he told me, well, my brother's in the military, and he told me that munition factories are going full bore and that the economy's going to come up after the first of the year, and how the Army's getting all these cases after cases of different types of ammunition so people can go back to work. I said, will you just stop and think of what you just said? Do you realize why the Army and the military is getting all this ammunition? And you know what? That's all I really had to say, because my guys, all up and down through that line, people started in on that young guy and said, don't you realize where we're at? What's going on? Don't you realize what our government's doing? You know, they all sounded as if they've been listening to your program. I love it.
No, people just know the truth. Pastor, good to hear from you. I'm going to jam in Adam, Demetrius, Jim, and Michael if we can. But your call's final segment right here on Genesis. And then coming up, Chuck Norris live. He talked about some hardcore stuff about President Obama and the New World Order. Chuck Norris fighting the New World Order. Let's talk to Adam in Missouri. Adam, we already went to Adam. Demetrius in New Hampshire. Demetrius, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yes, how are you, sir?
Good, buddy.
I just wanted to tell you that I've been listening to you for about 2 years, and I've been reading about the New World Order myself, and the way that I got informed about it was kind of from the book of Revelation. A lot of the stuff that you read in the book of Revelation seems to coincide with what's going on right now, but
no, it's all in there. It's 10 times stronger than Nostradamus. Nostradamus was all vague about everything. It was pure baloney. You read Revelation, a world government where everybody can watch the guy on television at once, and You've got to do it, or he kills you. And there's a mark in the face and the hand, and it describes just like giant wasp dropping bombs on people. You know, that, I mean, look at jet aircraft, look at helicopters. I mean, it's pretty wild stuff.
It is wild stuff. I have actually visited the cave of the cave where the Book of Revelation was written in
Patmos?
my parents' home country, which is originally Greece. But what I want to ask you is, how can I make a career out of exposing the New World Order? I have a bachelor's degree in politics. I've kind of been disillusioned by watching the lemmings go on about their daily business every day, the shallowness of it all, and I just don't want to...
All right, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Don't expect you're going to be able to make a living immediately. Throw all your passion, work your regular job, then 5 hours a day, write blogs, get a video camera, make your own film, put it out, and then say, hey, if you like my film, buy a DVD. If not, here it is on the web, and do it. It took me years and years. It took me, actually not that long. It took me about 4 or 5 years to get self-sufficient. And then it's just been incremental from there to expand, hire more people, expand the operation. But just pick the issues. You want to go out there and write a book, self-publish it, whatever. And if you've got the insight and the ideas that people are into, you'll be effective. I appreciate your call, Demetrius. Jim in Illinois, last caller. Sorry to Michael. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, I just want to get the word out in case the crap ever hits the fan up in Chicago, what might be part of the problem. A while back, I seen a Bell Jetstar with spray boom sticking out of its sides, hovering over a police facility on the south side of Chicago. That shouldn't be in this area. And you could take it from there what that would be capable of doing. I reported this to the police superintendent, so it's on public record that it has been noticed.
Well, I mean, look, it was declassified 10 years ago that every major city has helicopters in bays with knockout gas and nerve gas ready to just kill everybody or knock everybody out. I mean, this government's criminal, folks. God bless you. Retrans